Hello and welcome to another video review, this time about the new thermal clip-on attachment from Guide, the TB630. Guide is based in China and it was established in 1999. And in the beginning, the company produced thermal cameras for temperature measurements, but in 2016 they established a new subsidiary named Guide SenseSmart. There they started to focus more on products for the civilian market, and today Guide is one of the leading manufacturers of digital night vision and thermal devices for the civilian market. The TB630 is, as I said, a thermal clip-on attachment which can be attached in front of daytime optics, so on the objectives. It was introduced this year, so 2024, at the EVA fair in Germany, and it is the successor of the TA series from Guide. So it is now the second generation of clip-on devices from Guide, but it was completely redesigned. It is now much smaller, much shorter. All the sizes are much more compact, and also the weight was pretty much reduced. Now for the device itself, it is completely made out of magnesium, so everything you see on the device is made from magnesium except for the objective cover. So it is a very robustly made device. It is IP68 dust and waterproof, so it is completely waterproof and can be also submerged under water. It is rated up to 1000 G of recoil, so it can withstand all the common hunting calibers, but also most popular magnums. So everything with a similar recoil than the 375 Holland & Holland or less is not a problem for the device. Now for the size, in length, the device is 128 millimeters long, and it is 79 millimeters wide, and the height is also 79 millimeters. The weight is also quite small, with 429 grams without the batteries, and with the batteries included it's 529 grams. The startup time of this device is approximately 13 seconds. When you start the button, first you have to wait with the black screen, then the logo from Guide appears, and from then on it's approximately 5 seconds. On the top is the on and off button. It can be also, or it is also designed for the sleep mode. The device has also video recording, and it can also make photos. It has an internal storage of 64 gigabytes of storage, so it is very large. You can make really a lot of videos and photos. It can also sense recoil, and you can adjust it in the settings, then that after the shot the device saves the 7 seconds before the shot and 7 seconds after the shot a small video, which you can then look through the phone or on the PC. It has Wi-Fi connectivity, which logo you can see here on the top, with 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. It features also Bluetooth connection, and it can be also connected via cable. The device is completely designed and also made in China, and it comes with a 3 years warranty. Now, what is the most special thing about this device is, of course, the price. The retail price for this device is 1,999 euros, which is, in my opinion, outstanding for the product with all the features than much more expensive devices on the market have for such a small price. Okay, now if I go to the entire housing, first we have here the thread for the attachments, which is M33.5 by 0.75 millimeters. Then on top we have the on and off button. Here the Wi-Fi logo, so it has a built-in Wi-Fi module. Here on the side the menu button with left and right buttons. Then on the front we have the focusing wheel, which is ambidextrous, so you can use it on both sides. And on the objective we have the 35mm lens and the battery cover. Now for the sensor specification, built in is a Vox detector with 640 by 480 pixels, and the pixel pitch is 12 microns, so a very small pixel pitch and the refresh rate of the sensor is 50 Hertz, so you have a really smooth image also on targets which are in motion. The NETD, or noise equivalent temperature difference, is the same or less than 20 millikelvins, so it is very sensitive and you will see very small differences in temperature. It has two calibration modes: automatic, the time when the device will start to calibrate is in the screen, so you immediately see if you want to make the shot and the timer goes on, it's better to stop and wait for the calibration, and after that make the shot placement. Or you can adjust it also to manual, which I personally prefer for clip-on devices, because then you can make the calibration whenever you want or you see some image degradation. Now for the batteries, they are located here on the front. To open, you just have to pull this lever up, and inside we have two 18650 batteries with a capacity of 3200 milliamp hours, so together 6400 milliamps, which is quite a lot, and with such a capacity the device should work approximately 10 hours constantly on. The batteries, I think, are a really good decision from Guide, because they are standard batteries available in many stores, and they are very cheap also, so you can use these batteries in different devices, and with such you don't need to have a specific battery from one manufacturer. You can choose whatever you want. The only thing what you have to watch when you purchase additional batteries is that the plus side, or the plus pole, it has to stick out, and the batteries with the flat plus will not work properly. On the device itself, there is also a Type C port where you can connect an additional power bank, or to connect the device to the computer or something else. For the batteries, there is also a charger included, which is really nice, and also a separate cable for the device, and the power supply with 4 additional plugs for different plugs or worldwide, which you can find worldwide. Okay, now for the display. It is a AMOLED type display with a resolution of 1920 by 1080 pixels, and the display has 7 color palettes, which are white hot, black hot, sepia, green hot, blue hot, iron, and red hot. So everyone can choose the one they prefer or the best for observation. Now for the optical specification. Because it is a clip-on device, the magnification is 1 times, so it has no additional magnification. The lens diameter is 35 millimeters, and it has an aperture of 1.0, and also a very big field of view of 21.8 by 16.4 meters at 100 meters, which is quite a lot. And because of that, the device is perfectly suitable for close range hunting, because you see a lot of vision during the night. The close focus, as I said, is on both sides, so ambidextrous, and it can be focused to approximately 5 meters and all the way to infinity. Range of detection of this device is approximately 1400 meters, and with this device no eyepiece is included, but it is a very big display, so it's easy to observe also without that. But of course, if you don't have an eyepiece, you cannot adjust for your diopter, so the image is maybe not the best if you have a little bit of diopter. Okay, now for the menus. Here is the menu button, which with a short press you enter the quick menu, and with a long press it is the main menu. Then on top, as I said, is the on and off button if you hold it. With a short press it is the calibration, and with just 2 or 3 seconds, if you hold the button, you enter the sleep mode for the device, so it is always ready if you want to, or if you need to turn it on quickly. Then we have additional left and right buttons. The right button, with a short press you change the color palettes, and with a long press you exit this color palette menu. And with the left button, with the long press, you change the video or photo mode, and with the short press you start or cancel the video or photos. Okay, now for the menu itself, I think it's the best way. I show you this directly on the app. Connectivity, what I forgot to mention is this TargetIT app, which can be downloaded for iOS and also Android devices. And as I said, you can control everything through this app, your entire device. Okay, this is now the TargetIT app from Guide, where you see then all the devices you connected to this app. And here on top we have the TB the TB630. On the side you can enter the firmware upgrade, where you can check the updates, which I already did for this device, and it is very simple to do, and it is also very quickly. Now if we go back and if we tap to the observation, now we have the screen which you see inside the device. And if we start at the top, or first enter, with a short press we enter the quick menu, where on top we find now the steadiometric rangefinder. When we enter it with the short press of the menu button, we can look through the device and make our measurements with the steadiometric rangefinder. Then next one is super energy saving mode. When we enable it, then the display brightness drops to 20%. The Wi-Fi, hotspot tracking and outline modes are disabled to save the energy, but in my opinion it is not needed, because with these two batteries the device runs 10 hours or even longer. Then is this outline mode, which I said. When this feature is enabled, the thermal imager creates an outline contour around each heat source, and heat sources are because of that more clearly visible. The next one is hot track, so it tracks the hottest point in your display with an X. The next one is the Wi-Fi, which is with 2.4 or 5 gigahertz. 2.4 is for the older devices which do not feature yet 5 gigahertz, so you still can connect the device to them, and with 5 gigahertz the connection is much faster and it also operates much more smoother. Then if we go back, the next one is the scene mode, where we have the enhanced, nature and highlight modes. You can choose whichever you prefer on your observation type. The next one is the target distance, which is not the correct name, which I found out, and here you can actually choose the rifle on which you are currently using the device. Now 100 and 200 are already set in the device, and you can choose, or you can make also additional types where you can adjust it perfectly to your rifle. If you, let's say, have a 308 rifle, you can here set the 308 and then choose this parameter, and it is perfectly zeroed on your 308 rifle. If you have another rifle where you can put this on this device on, let's say 223, you can make an additional program with the offsets for your 223 rifle, and when you choose it, it's perfectly set also for the second rifle. Okay, now if you go back and with a long press we close the quick menu, and with another long press we enter the main menu. When we have additional features like screen brightness, where you can adjust, of course, the screen brightness from 10% all the way to 100. Then the next one is general settings with language settings, additional information or all the information about the device, memory card formatting, restore to default, Bluetooth enabling, always on display, so even if you turn the device to sleep, you will get a logo bouncing around the screen, so you know immediately the device is still on. Then date and time, and unit settings, which is in meters and in yards. Then the next one is record settings, if you want to enable audio or not, watermark on the screen, on-screen display, time limited video recording, and smart video recording, which I set this with these 7 seconds before and after the shots, so the device always takes or makes the video. Just when you make the shot, you get these 14 seconds and everything else is lost, which is a really nice feature. Then power settings, smart sleep, timed menu off, or timed shot off. Then the next one is image coordinate, where you can also make your zeroing settings and menu configurations, like you see the scaling or not. And then with the zeroing setting, here are these numbers, as I said. So 100, 200, 20 is what I made the additional program. Here the plus, where you can make your additional rifles, let's say 2 or 3 weight or 2 to 3, as I said. When you make this, here is the number you want or you have to choose. Let's say if I make now 500, this will be inside then of the device. Here, this is the freeze mode of the screen, so you can easily shot in your rifle. Then the X and Y, where you can adjust the image, so it is perfectly your shot placement is then perfectly where the shot should go. And when we confirm it, we see another program which is now 500, and you can choose now this for your specific rifle. The next one is the compensation mode, which is also not the right name, which is for the calibration, which is automatic or manual. And lastly, the image settings, where you have the color palettes, image enhancement, contrast, and also the brightness level. Then if I show you something on the phone screen, here is the home button. When we go to observation, we have on top the scene mode, as I said, enhanced, nature, and so on, and highlight. Then on the side we have the settings, where you can also adjust everything like in the device. On the bottom here we have the photo mode, then the additional brightness settings, contrast, and so on. So everything you see inside the app can be also adjusted directly in the device itself. Okay, this is everything about the app. Now for the adapters, it has no bayonet system, so it is a direct thread, which is very low profile, which I have to mention. So the middle of the screen to the bottom of the device is 25.8 millimeters. So it can be mounted on very low mounted rifle scopes, so it is not far away from the barrel, which is perfect, because if it would be higher, also the mount of your rifle scope would also have to be much higher. So it is really well designed. The thread is M33.5 by 0.75 millimeters, and the adapters for this thread can be purchased separately from Rusan, Smart Clip, and so on. Okay, now for the box, what everything is included. As I said, the power supply with additional plugs, two cables for the charger, and if you want to and a cable for the plug inside the device, then the device itself, and a quick start guide in different languages, and also some certification information and safety warnings and so on. Okay, now if I go to a short summary, first of all, the positives, and the biggest thing in my opinion is the price, which is one of the most affordable thermal clip-on devices on the market, but it without any compromises. With sensor resolution, it has the magnesium housing and many other additional features which can be found only on much more expensive devices, but not with this one. It has everything you need to have, which is nice to have on such a device. The second one is the size and weight. It is a very compact and lightweight build, and again, the mounting or the low profile of the device is also a really nice feature. Then the overall finish of the device, it is very ergonomic, especially if you compare it to the previous TB series. The sensor resolution and NATD are really good with such a resolution and NATD. The optical properties, because of the nice sensor and sensitivity, it is very good optically. Then the next thing is the TargetIT app. It works very well and it is very easy to understand and to operate. The device has fast connectivity with Wi-Fi 5 GHz, and they still didn't forget for the older devices, so it can be still connected to older phones and iPads and so on. Then the removable batteries, also a really nice feature with standard 18650 batteries that are available in many stores, is also a great feature. Now, what is the sour part, in my opinion, for this device? First of all is this lens cover, which is made from plastic and it does not fold to the side, and because it stands out like this, I think many users will break sooner or later this objective cover. Then the rubber on the buttons feels pretty thin in my opinion, and I think the buttons will get damaged with time, especially if you take the device after on and off out and push the buttons a lot of times. And last thing I would say is the software, where not everything inside the software has right translations. I think they have to update this with the future updates. All in all, I think this is a great clip-on device which offers everything that offer much more expensive devices on the market, but for such a more affordable price, I think the guide made the really right step. Again, with quality and price, I think other manufacturers will have a hard time competing. Okay, I hope I covered everything about the new guide TB630 and that you found this video review useful. If you have any additional questions, click the link below, drop a comment, and if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.